Welcome back to the, and I almost said it, Piney Woods Homestead. Formerly the Piney Woods Homestead, y'all, but now we are going by the name Carolina Coastal Living, because that really kind of sums up what Lisa and I are doing. Today we're going to be working on something fantastic here in the kitchen. What do I call it? What did I call it a while ago? It's the jerky.
Cowboy Candy?
Cowboy Candy jerky.
I don't think that's what
y'all were making some fantastic jerky. Gonna be anything unlike anything I hope you've ever seen. Thanks for sticking around. Let's get to working on some jerky.
Watch it with that thing.
Oh, it's like a little baseball bat.
No.
It's actually for pushing down persimmons, but you throw me a ball, no, hit it out here. Before we get started on this beef jerky, I've got to show y'all something. Our friend Roy, also known as Geezer in the Woods in Ohio, has a YouTube channel. Geezer is, oh, I'm trying to remember. I may upset you, Geezer. I think it's 76 or 77 that Geezer is. And every year he sends us a calendar. Check that out. Geezer in the Woods. He heats his entire home with a wood boiler and works on getting that wood harvested off his property every single year. And he brings us a calendar every year with pictures from around his property. Thank you, Geezer, for that wonderful Christmas gift. But we're going to talk about some meat. Look at this big old piece of meat, y'all. So this is a London broil. And if you are like really smart, and I'll do quotations, I always thought that a London broil was just a London broil. It's really just the name for the type of, I guess, cooking method that you're going to use. And I used to broil these years ago, in a London broil. I would broil it, but it makes excellent jerky. And the reason that Lisa and I have decided to use this almost 4-pound piece of meat to make this jerky is because we've been buying jerky to go out on the beach with us fishing. And y'all, it's about $15 for 12 ounces of some really good stuff. So we're going to make our own and see if we can't come out just a little bit cheaper and just a little bit better. So before we slice up this big old piece of London broil, and I don't know if it's top round, bottom round, I couldn't tell you. I'd have to look that up. Eye round, I'm not sure what it is. Maybe you could tell me in the comments exactly what type of beef I am cutting up here as far as cut. But y'all, it's lean, and that's what you want for making jerky. You don't want all that fat because it just does not render down in a dehydrator, and it'll leave you with some rancid jerky if you put it up long term. We'll eat it pretty quick, so it's probably not going to be too long term in a vacuum seal bag in the freezer. But this is for snacking when we're out there fishing. But I'm gonna make up a marinade, and I used to love making deer jerky and giving it out to the guys that I used to work with at the police department years ago as Christmas gifts. And I hadn't done that in years. And matter of fact, well, I think I just went for a spell and didn't get to harvest any deer, but we need to make some jerky. And this is going to be a good substitute for that venison jerky, making this London broil beef jerky. So let me get some components out and I'll show you the type of marinade that I use for this jerky. Y'all, you are getting ready to see the most simple marinade for beef jerky you have ever seen. This is Cowboy Candy marinade. This is what's left over after Lisa has made Cowboy Candy from jalapenos. And there's always enough left over to can at least a jar. This works perfect. We're going to add a few things to it. Pour it into a bowl. And this is a pint. And don't think that's going to go to waste, because I'm going to lick that off of there before this is over, because this is like eating, well, candy. A lot of sugar in it. It's really good. We're going to add some extra salt. Probably 2 tablespoons of salt, because we want that for our jerky. And Lee & Perrins Worcestershire sauce. A lot of people will use soy. Well, this is actually, I believe this recipe that the English used actually came from Asia. So it's along the same lines as that type of sauce. And we're going to add about quarter of a cup. Might sound like a lot, but it's not going to be. Whisk that up real good, and we're going to pour it over the meat after we have sliced it thinly. All right, when it comes to your cut of meat, you've got to determine which way the fibers are running. Because if you've ever tried eating a piece of jerky that's cut the wrong way, you can't gnaw on that thing. It don't matter how tough your gums are. So just pick up the piece of meat and pull. And you'll be able to see that the fibers are actually running across, at least on this section of the cut of meat, and it does appear they're the same way. So we want to slice this meat this way. That way, when it's dried, it pulls easily and gives you not so hard of a time at chewing. But to start with, I want my strips of jerky. Remember, they're going to shrink down about half the size of this. So we're going to do jerky slices, half of this piece of meat. And you can see that there. It looks like the grain changed about halfway through, so we'll probably be slicing this one this way. And sometimes I goof up, but I believe I'm correct on that. We're going to slice a few this way to start with. All right, let's have a look here. And you don't want it to be more than 1/4 of an inch thick. All right, yep, I was right. There's the pull. You can see the fibers pull in that way. Keep my tray. But if you don't want to go any more than 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch thick, because then it's just going to take too long to dry it out. That's what you're looking for. Let me go ahead and get all this sliced up, and we'll start marinating. Check it out. That's almost 4 pounds of beef sliced nice and thin. And hopefully I've got it all sliced to where it's going to pull easily and just be easier to eat once it's dried out. This is going to reduce down, y'all, to probably 50 to 60% of the weight once it's dehydrated. We'll be using our Cabela's dehydrator. And thank you, Miss Lisa, for operating the camera. I'm going to get me a big bowl and show you all I do to marinate this.
Can you smell it?
Not really. I ain't gonna lie and say I can. I can smell a little of the vinegar.
Well, so I'll explain for people that may not know what the Cowboy Candy is.
Well, I told them for jalapenos.
Yes, but as far as what's in it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it's sugar.
You want me to, hold on, you want me to turn the camera around on you
No,
before you do
okay.
that? No.
Sugar, apple cider vinegar, tumeric, garlic powder, cayenne. I think that's it.
Everything in it
That we love.
that we love. So it makes a great marinade, and I just added the Worcestershire. But take this meat right here and put it into your bowl that you can put a lid on to. Because we're going to marinate this for 24 hours and not a minute less. It's going to take 24 hours for this marinade. Check this out. To soak through all this. Oh, there's all that garlic in there. This is going to be good jerky, y'all. Ain't good. It's going to be excellent. It's going to be better than that stuff we paid $15 for 12 ounces on the other day.
Oh, good.
And not that it was not good.
No,
it was
right.
good.
Yeah.
but you're gonna get sticky. Get down here, you gotta massage your meat here.
Some people will use tongs, but ours broke, so.
I have built-in tongs. Look at this. I'm gonna pull my shirt up a little bit. Built-in tongs. Is that how you say it? Tongs or tongs? Some people, I guess, different strokes for different folks. I say tongs. But you want to mix it up so that marinade gets on every bit of the meat. And like I said, that was a pint to almost 4 pounds of meat, plus we added probably a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce and 2 tablespoons of salt.
I can smell the Worcestershire.
You can?
Yeah.
I believe that's sufficient. Now, I'll try not to. I kind of want to lick that, but I don't know if I should. So now we'll just take a lid, put it on, and into the fridge. That's going to go for 24 hours. And when we bring you back, we'll be loading up the dehydrator. And it's going to go all night long. There's a song about that. All night long. Oh, that was terrible. All night. All night long. And the marinade's going to be good jerky, y'all.
Okay, no, don't trip that.
Told y'all I was going to have to lick that right there, y'all. It's good. And I love Worcestershire. I have to take bold, intense flavors because that's what I can taste. I love that stuff. I could drink it by the spoonful. It's been 24 hours in the marinade, and we're fixing to cowboy up Cowboy Candy marinade, y'all. I don't know that I have seen anybody on YouTube make Cowboy Candy beef jerky. Have you?
I don't think so.
Maybe we'll be a first at something. I thought I had this great idea years ago, y'all. I got sick and tired of licking envelopes to pay bills before Lisa started doing it. And she's much better than I am. Excuse the noise. We got our new kitten SJ, who had a successful, what do you call that surgery? Somethingectomy, I'm sure.
Snip.
He got snipped. Now he's at the house and he's exploring everything. But anyways, I don't even know where I was going with this. Something about licking envelopes. I said, honey, I've come up with a money-making idea. Let's develop some envelopes that you don't have to lick. You can just peel them and stick them. I think they came out about 20 years ago. Great idea, just 20 years too late. But this, y'all, is a great idea. Check out this beef. It's been marinating for 24 hours in Cowboy Candy marinade, the same stuff that Lisa uses to make our Cowboy Candied jalapenos in Worcestershire. This is going to be fantastic. Check this out. You can tell the marinade's gone through because the color of the meat has changed a little bit. And y'all, all that you're going to do, if you'll look at my setup here, you may have to get up to show them my setup. I've got plastic wrap down on the counter, and then I've got a drip layer of some paper towels. The dehydrator's heating up 160 degrees, y'all. I put it to the max. This is not deer meat that we harvested and butchered and cleaned ourselves. This is beef. And so I always run at the recommended setting of 160 just to make sure for any kind of foodborne illnesses that you're going to be safe. You can let it drip dry for a second and then start putting it on the tray. So check this out. Check this out. You want to put this on the tray and you want to make sure that you leave a gap, an air gap between them. And it may take every 10 trays out of this dehydrator. It may not, because this is only about 3.5, 4 pounds of beef. And y'all, it's going to reduce to 50 to 60% of its weight, of its original weight. But you want to leave plenty of airflow between them. We're using a 10 tray Cabela's dehydrator. My mother-in-law actually gave us this a couple years ago. We had the same the same model, but it was older. Gave that one to my brother Wesley, didn't we?
Yeah.
And he's still using it, but they work great. I love dehydrating stuff. Not just meat, all kinds of veggies from the garden too. But today it's all about making beef jerky, because those beef snack sticks that you bought the other day, 12 ounces, and it was
$16.98 for 8 sticks.
And they were good, y'all, but they were not $16 good.
Well, but like I told you, they were a healthier option than a Slim Jim.
Yeah.
As far as the ingredients, and it was basically, for the whole pack, less than a Slim Jim from the grocery store.
That is true.
Or from the gas station.
Y'all, meat's not cheap.
No.
Even if you grow it yourself, I don't care what nobody on YouTube tells you.
It is not cheaper.
You can't do it cheaper yourself. You cannot, unless you feed them honey buns and discount bread store feed. If you're gonna do it right, it's gonna cost you. Now you do have the added benefits of knowing
what's in it.
What's in it? In other words, what you didn't put into it. No growth promotants, no jabs of any kind. But y'all, this is going to be good. The vinegar, the sugar, the hot peppers. It's going to be tasty. I promise you that. Let me finish getting all these on here, and I will show you putting it on to the actual dehydrator. This is kind of the spacing you're looking for, so that you still have plenty of drying room around. And y'all, it's going to drip a little bit, so I'm going to hold it like this and get it over to the dehydrator. You'll just have to walk with me.
Why don't you go across the counter, and then you've got less floor to cover.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Follow me. We'll start down here on this bottom one. Okay. And just leave the cabinet drawer open while we're putting it in there. Got it set to 160, y'all. $5.99 a pound. That's what we paid for this London broil. I don't know if that's top round or bottom round. Maybe somebody can tell me. But it's very lean. Not much fat in it. You're not looking for a bunch of fat whenever you're doing jerky. But it's going to cook for several hours, y'all, at 160 to get it to the exact stage of dryness we're looking for and tenderness. $5.99 a pound. Plus some added ingredients for the marinade. Still a whole lot cheaper than.
Well, we had the marinade already. Actually.
Yeah, we had it because it was over produced for the jalapenos. So this is a whole lot better value, even running some electric, than $16 for 12 ounces. I'll slow it down. So not much waste. A lot of that marinade, it just soaks in. I mean, that's the whole purpose of it. It's going to soak in, and as this beef dries, it's just going to leave that intense flavor of that Cowboy Candy. It's going to be hard to ration it, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, because it is so good. Beef jerky is just so much better when you make it yourself. But save yourself some cleanup. Wrap everything up like I did here with some saran wrap. Right there on top of the counter, and some paper towel. And look, it's nice and clean. Look, it's nice and clean. Nothing at all to really clean up. Just throw it straight out in the garbage. Y'all, we'll come back. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. It's been a while since I've made jerky, but I'm guessing.
Well, it's been a while since we've made beef jerky.
Yeah, other than deer jerky. I'm guessing probably 6 to 10 hours at 160. Maybe less, but I think it's probably going to be about that. We'll let you know when we come back, though. 16 hours. That's how long it's taken to do this jerky, y'all. I actually got up about 5 o'clock, cut the thing off, but 160 was what I started it at, 160 degrees. And I backed it off right at bedtime to 140, because anything that was going to be bacteria-wise, that 160-ish degrees has already killed it. So But I know that it's done because I came out here and checked on it. Sit it down over here on the counter, and I will show you the kind of, here's what you're looking for. You don't want it to be brittle, but you do want it to kind of do that. If it's real bendy, then it's not done. But that is done. Now, taste test time. Taste test. And this was done with the Cowboy Candy marinade. Probably could have gone about an hour less. Probably could have done it in 15, but it's still great. You taste that sweetness. Sweet is something I've been able to taste really good. And some heat. Some sweet heat. Cowboy Candy. And get my cowboy boots to wear this. To eat this, honey. That is so good. If you hadn't tried making your own jerky, and I don't keep eating.
We don't eat.
I'll give you that piece. Make it. It's so easy, y'all. And let's see how much I ended up with. Started off with, I think it was 3.25 pounds or something. So I'll pull it all out, we'll weigh it, guesstimate what we've eaten, and see how much we actually yielded. All right, got the scales out, got a bowl teared out, and we'll put all of this in here and see just how much jerky we ended up with. And Lisa's already telling me that's not her favorite jerky that she's ever had. I think it could have used, honestly, just a little bit more salt.
It could have used a little more salt, yeah.
But
it's sweet.
It's sweet and it's heat.
Mm.
And so I love that, because those are two things that I can taste well. But it could have used a little bit more salt. But I guess less sodium is not really that bad for you, right? All right, let me get it all in here and we'll see how much the total weight is. I think it was 3.25. I should have wrote it down to get the actual measurement here. But it appears that we have, after eating, Lisa described another piece. I've eaten a piece or two. 1.45 pounds. So there's been at least a 60% reduction in weight.
You want to eat this piece?
Looks good. It's like candy. You don't want it?
Mm-mm.
It's like candy. Did you have it in your mouth already?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Hard to talk with jerky in your mouth. Guys, try making some of this jerky for yourself.
It made it taste like candied.
It tastes like Cowboy Candy.
Yeah.
It tastes exactly like Cowboy Candy, minus the jalapenos.
Okay. Speed it up, because I think I got boys not getting along.
Yeah. You'll have a good day and a great week. We're tired. I'm trying to wake up. That's probably why I'm extra long-winded. Guys, we'll see you on the next one. Make you some Cowboy Candy jerky. You will not be disappointed. And we'll see you on the next one. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise too high. One more.